I got to tell you this, because we broke a couple of stories on the website. You think that the Amber Heard divorce with Johnny Depp is over. It is not over.
We stood here and said, we thought, all right, this is it. It's over and done with. It's not.
So she got $7 million, and she said last week that she was going to donate her $7 million, the full amount, to the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Johnny Depp's people, we put this up on the site early this morning. And we put up on the site that Johnny Depp has now decided that he thinks it's admirable that Amber Heard wants to donate the money. And so what he's going to do to facilitate that is he is going to send the $7 million in installments directly to the two charities, the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. There are undertones of all of this, and I don't know whether Johnny Depp was kind of calling her on this, but it almost sounds like he wasn't convinced that she was going to give the money to charity, really.
It feels like he has painted her in a corner. So, like, she can't possibly complain about that, right?
Because he's going to give the money the way she said, so why not just him give it to her? Well, she has now fired back in a big way. She has said BS to Johnny Depp that he gets a charitable deduction by giving the $7 million directly from him. So she says what you need to do is give $14 million to these charities total, because $7 million is really only 3.5 because you get a 50% charitable deduction. And so she's going beyond that, actually. I mean, she is saying,
by the way,
you have no right to jack my charitable donation. You have no right to control me on this. I mean,
that is an interesting point. That is actually a very valid point she's made there.
And I agree, guys, and she's putting his feet to the fire here, because then we got a statement from her, and what she's saying is, you have to pay the $14 million, and also because that would equal $7 million after the tax deductions for your donation. He has to pay the 14, but plus, if you change the settlement agreement, and that's an important thing to me. I've been covering this a lot, Harvey. You know this, that about a settlement. If this is breaching the deal, and what they're saying is, if you're changing it, then we also want you to give all that money at once. Right now, it's set up so that it's in installments. We broke the story that the hospital and the ACLU were given an installment on Wednesday by Johnny Depp because over the years, the way it's set up is he's going to pay, or Amber was going to pay when Johnny paid her.
To me, look, the biggest thing is she's right. He gets a discount of sorts when he gives the money to a charity.
But the charity still gets the money.
Obviously, the charity gets the money.
But
But the settlement agreement was he was to give her $7 million, correct?
Right.
All right. So now instead of $7 million going out, he's really having $3.5 million go out. That wasn't the agreement. That wasn't the agreement.
I agree with you, Charles, 100%.
I think Johnny's side could argue, and may argue now, that Amber has breached the settlement agreement because there was a confidentiality agreement. Mike, there is absolutely no doubt, 100%, she breached it by saying she got $7 million from Johnny Depp. She was not allowed.
Okay, but that happened last week.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if they want to now say, you breached it, therefore we're not paying you a cent, they could make that argument because she breached the settlement agreement.
But hold on, but they acknowledged the $7 million.
So they're saying, out of the kindness of our heart, we'll give the $7 million to charity, but we don't owe you anything.
So they're mentioning the $7 million that they're saying, but
I understand that.
But
don't you see where this is going? The settlement's blowing up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they're both acknowledging that there is no settlement now because they both breached, well, Amber breached it first. He then just breached it by not paying Amber the installment and giving it straight to charity.
They cannot not be at war with each other. It just seems they cannot not be at war.
Here's what I looked at it. Like the actual settlement itself, these things are all spelled out exactly word for word, right?
Word for word.
So word for word, who does it say is receiving the $7 million?
Amber Heard. But the problem is they could say this. No, hold on. They could say that the whole settlement is null and void because she violated it last week. So that's why this whole thing is so complicated. I mean, here's the deal. If Amber would have just shut up and just taken the money and not issued a statement and done what she wanted to do, then you wouldn't reopen that door. But the door is now open.
She should have taken the $7 million.
Take the money,
and then she can donate it without saying anything.
Donate the money, do whatever you want. Right. But by doing the statement, she's opened up Pandora's box again, and that's the problem.
True. Hey guys, this is Matt from Las Vegas. It just sounds like Amber wanted to take it to Johnny when she started to say that she was going to donate it to these two organizations. It just sounded like the part where the $7 million was going to them, just driving the point home that she was treated the way she was, which now is a kerfluffle. It's a crap storm, if you will.
A crap storm.
A crap
It is
storm.
a crap storm.
Well said, Matt. A crap storm.
It is definitely a crap storm.